Hey everyone, I know it's been a while since I made another video and I'm pretty much going to say this in every single introduction to every video, so get used to it. But the 87th Academy Award nominations were just a few days ago, I believe, so I'm going to discuss them briefly on my thoughts about them and the criticisms over the nominations. I actually planned to do a video on my favorite movies from 2014, but I could not pick 10. It was too conflicting and my heart wasn't in it. So this way I can do this video and kind of talk about briefly my picks for 2014. I'm not going to really rank them, but I do want to point out my number 1 and number 2 favorite picks for 2014 films from that video were going to be The Normal Heart and Pride, both of which were not nominated because, well, The Normal Heart is a TV movie, but Matt Bomer did win Best Supporting Actor in a TV movie or miniseries. I think that's what the category was, if not TV show, I don't know. But I'm so happy for him, he definitely deserved it. I gotta watch Normal Heart again. And my second pick was Pride, which was also acknowledged at the Golden Globes. I knew it wasn't going to be nominated for a Oscar, but it was a fantastic movie, and I think everybody needs to see those two movies in particular because it's things we aren't taught in school and whatnot, and I just think people need to be educated and learn about the things that you may never hear before. So, and of course they're two LBGT films, so I wrote some notes because I figure I need to remember names. So I'm just going to point out a few of the categories, the ones that mean the most to me, because otherwise this video would be so long and I haven't seen everything and I don't care for much as many of all the categories, so I'm just going to point out Best Director, Best Picture, and all the actor and actresses categories. So yeah, for Best Director there was Wes Anderson for The Grand Budapest Hotel, Richard Linklater for Boyhood, and I don't know if it's Alejandro Di Inarritu, I believe that's how it's pronounced, for Birdman, Bennett Miller for Foxcatcher, and Morton Tyldum for The Imitation Game. My pick for this is Wes Anderson for The Grand Budapest Hotel. Wes Anderson's my favorite director. While The Grand Budapest wasn't like the best movie of this year or my favorite Wes Anderson movie, I still love his style very much and his uniqueness and creativity in every movie he does, so I appreciate him for that. Of course, I'm going to be biased, but I think that probably Birdman, which is Alejandro or Richard Linklater, will probably win, just because Boyhood is just the most creative out of all the bunch. It's not my favorite movie. I think it's a little bit overrated, to be honest, but the style and obviously the concept of it was very innovative and never been done before. So of course he's probably going to be the favorite to win. And briefly for supporting actor and actresses categories, I didn't write them all down because none really stuck out to me that much. But if I had to pick, I would say probably Edward Norton for Birdman for Best Supporting Actor. I just really liked his character and his role in that. And for Best Supporting Actress, I really couldn't pick because nothing really stood out to me. But I did like Keira Knightley's character in The Imitation Game, and I thought Laura Dern was pretty good. I can't remember who said they're probably going to win, so yeah, I mean, those categories this year just really stick out to me, so. And for Best Actress, there is Marion Cotillard for 2 Days, One Night, Felicity Jones for The Theory of Everything, Julianne Moore for Still Alice, Rosamund Pike for Gone Girl, and Reese Witherspoon for Wild. I have not seen 2 Days, One Night or Still Alice. Out of all the nominees for this category, I think Rosamund Pike deserves the Best Actress award. Her performance was just fantastic. It stood out beyond everything else in this movie. She literally just stole the stage and she stole the screen. She just took it away and just made it freaking amazing. She was just fucking badass, and she's this new up-and-comer sort of, you know. But I keep hearing that Julianne Moore is probably going to win for Still Alice. But if I had to pick, I would say Rosamund Pike. I think Reese Witherspoon was okay, but her performance didn't really stick out to me. And now for Best Actor, the nominees are, like I'm speaking from them, Steve Carell for Foxcatcher, Bradley Cooper for American Sniper, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Intimidation Game, Michael Keaton for Birdman, and Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything. And I chose either Benedict Cumberbatch or Eddie Redmayne. I saw The Imitation Game before I saw The Theory of Everything, so I was like, oh, I think Benedict Cumberbatch should win. But then I saw The Theory of Everything, and Eddie Redmayne just freaking blew it out of the park for me. I mean, it's one of those movies where it wasn't necessarily about all the styles and directing and cinematography and writing. It was about the performances, and he freaking stole the stage. I keep saying that's not stage. I felt like he was Stephen Hawking, and even Stephen Hawking said that about Eddie Redmayne's performance. I think he's gonna win, if not Michael Keaton, for Birdman. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was incredible, and he's kind of like the popular boy now in Hollywood, but either of those three will win. I think they just stood out. I've not seen Foxcatcher or American Sniper yet, so I'm kind of like biased, but I haven't heard too many things, especially because of the Golden Globes. I just think those two are either gonna win. If not, maybe Benedict Cumberbatch. I'll be happy either way. Okay, and for the last category, the nominees are American Sniper, Birdman, Boyhood, The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Imitation Game, Selma, The Theory of Everything, and Whiplash. So yeah, I think probably Birdman or Boyhood is gonna win just because of the buzz. Maybe Grand Budapest Hotel. There wasn't a movie out of all these that I was like, this needs to win, like, really bad. I think Selma would be great if it won. I don't think The Imitation Game or Theory of Everything is going to win Best Picture, but the performances were very well as in Selma. Boyhood, like I said, a little overrated. The performances were not that great, but the concept itself is so revolutionary, it's probably going to win. But Birdman is also a bit unique, and the performance is really good too, so I just have a feeling either of those two are going to win. So, and so now I'm going to talk about the criticisms on the Academy Award nominees, because I didn't mention, I had notes every single time I was gonna mention them in the categories, but I'll just mention them now. So, one is No Love for Selma, which was a big controversy over these nominees. There was only the big awards categories that they were nominated for was Best Picture and Original Song, which is Glory, which is also a really good song. So No Love for the female director, Ava DuVernay, I believe is her name, or David Oyelowo. I just butchered that, I'm so sorry. Who played Martin Luther King Jr. in Selma, who was brilliant, by the way. I just saw Selma today, actually on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, whoa. And he was incredible, and I'm just so surprised he did not get, nominated, so that's kind of bogus. And also another criticism is No Love for Nightcrawler, except for original screenplay for Dan Gilroy. No director nom, no Best Picture nom, no actor nom for Jake Gyllenhaal, which he literally blew it out of the park. I've always been a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan since I don't know when, but he always kind of gets shut out of the whole award category stuff, except for Brokeback Mountain. But he deserved it. I mean, he just stole the show. He was a totally different person in this movie, and I'm just so shocked he at least didn't get some recognition or any of the movie besides the original screenplay. And also No Love for Gone Girl, except for Rosamund Pike for Best Actress. I couldn't believe that David Fincher didn't get nominated for Best Director or wasn't a Best Picture nom. They had 10 picks they could have chosen for the Best Picture, and they only chose 8. I mean, Nightcrawler could have been on there. Gone Girl could have been on there. I mean, what are they doing? They had their options. What the hell are they thinking? But I'm just so surprised that David Fincher didn't get nominated, because it was a movie that got a lot of buzz. I knew that, Ben Affleck wasn't probably going to get nominated, but everything else was just fantastic, and I'm just really surprised it wasn't nominated for the big stuff. I mean, of course, I'm not talking about, like, adapted screenplay, original screenplay, or editing, or all that, because, I mean, while the things are great, I'm looking for, like, the big shebang stuff, because everybody's gonna be talking about that stuff. So, I mean, cinematography is great, too. I just think nothing really stood out to me as much this year, except for maybe Grand Budapest Hotel. That was really good. Also, these are just some notes I wanted to make, because a lot of people have been talking about it. That was... okay. There was No Love for the Lego Movie for Best Animated Feature Film. I mean, don't hate me, but I didn't really like that movie. I fell asleep during it. It was like the middle of the day. Why would I fall asleep? I don't know. And also, Amy Adams for Big Eyes was not nominated for Best Actress, yet she won the Golden Globe. I've never seen it yet, but I do want to see it because I love Christoph Waltz. Big criticism. Not a lot of minority picks. Could have had a female director, the first black female director. ever. They could have had it. I don't know why they didn't. She was really great. Her directing style was awesome. I'm really surprised about that. Like I said, no David O for Selma. Selma got snubbed a lot. That was a big controversy. It tends to be a lot of old white dudes and not a love for the rest of us. I think they thought, oh, we're gonna nominate Benedict Cumberbatch because he played a gay guy. That's good enough, right? I mean, I wasn't like too upset, but now that I think about it, now that I've seen Selma, and I'm like, they deserve so much more recognition than they got. And especially, like I said, also for Nightcrawler and Gone Girl, those are the things that really bugged me the most, those three things. So, yeah, but I'm still gonna watch the Oscars. I know it's kind of bullshit and all that, but they kind of have like their circle jerk of friends that they just kind of all nominate their buddies and stuff. But I still appreciate them because it is good films, and I wish they would have just nominated a little bit more of the smaller films like Pride or, you know, other things like that, not just because there's famous people in it, but Pride had a lot of famous people in it too. Go watch Pride. But yeah, I mean, there was a million great performances and a million great movies this year. It was really hard to pick, but I mean, I've seen so many 2014 films and still seeing them. I've seen 6 out of the 8 Best Picture nominees because there's just been so many good movies to see, but nothing really stood out to me more than the other. So I mean, I don't really care who wins Best Picture, except for maybe I kind of be like, it'd be like a Crash thing, like back in 2004 when Crash won for Best Picture. It's like, why if Boyhood won? I don't know. I'm actually curious to your guys' thoughts on the Oscar nominations. Who did you think got snubbed? Who do you think deserved the nominations? Who do you think that wasn't nominated deserves to be nominated? I'm really curious to know. I really like finding out more about other movies that maybe weren't as big performances, you know, as well known. So let me know in the comments below. But that's it. I will talk to you guys soon. I don't know when I'm going to make another video. I did finish reading Something Like Lightning, so I will be putting up that very soon, but I kind of want to wait a little more time because I just put up Something Like Spring review. But I'll see you guys soon.